thinking, and maybe Freddie's going to...
This afternoon, Ivan Levnak is not going to be in uniform today. Ivan hurt his knee. He has torn ligaments in the knee on Friday night. He is not in uniform today. Bobby Smith, Jim Lemon, Dave McWilliams, Fred Gregorov, and Doc Lawson. Lawson back on the team after missing a couple of games with a retina injury. So bring it in.
Let's see, the matchups here will be Patericoli, of course, is their big scorer. He has scored a number of goals for the Lightning. He's number 11.
More strikers for the Detroit Lightning.
And of course, their steel man is...
McWilliams centering, Gregorov just a little bit late. Lund, 16 is... and marking him, and it goes right to the goalkeeper, Chris Turner.
The last time these two teams met,
Rigby. Now back down to Frank Gregorov. Shot is just wide. Fleming Lund. He was...
They call him the man with iron lungs.
There's Patericoli, number 11. Doc Lawson marking him. Patericoli coming off a 4-goal game.
Look, the color mic is low. Is it him or is it the fire? Now they hear me on the air. Can you tell me how that?
Fleming Lund has put Detroit Lightning on top 1-0 with 12:40 left to go first period.
Replay.
Here it is.
Shooting time, and he parked in the far corner.
So for the Fever, the 19-year-old youngster from Yugoslavia just signed. Lund's goal assisted by Johnny Moore.
I think now with Ivan Levnak on the lineup, you see a lot of action. He's the youngster who played Friday night, but he played very well. And he's capable of scoring goals, so let's see what he does this afternoon.
Ed Sheridan is in now also for the Fever. Lund. Fleming Lund back to Edwin Wolf. Shot deflected by Eddie Sheridan. The left A and left 11:50 tonight, remember, against the New York Arrows.
You might say with the Yugoslavian connection and the American connection, Detroit Lightning has the German connection. Wolf is one, and then of course Lund is from Denmark. So he's a bit of a
Here's Fleming Lund. And right back to Bob Rigby. 1-0 Detroit, 11-14 left to play. First period.
There's a new addition also in the lineup for the Lightning, and that's number 23, De Souza from Brazil. He's been acquired just last week, and he's a defender, and now he's matched up with Freddie Grigorov.
Coming hard. Freddie Grigorov still back.
Good effort on the part of Freddie. He took it all the way and almost sneaked one by Chris Turner. I think there's a different lineup here for the Lightning. Terry Fisher now is using Lund more in the attack, and in fact he's taken him out of the lineup as well, and that's because of guys like Roush who's out there now replacing Lund.
Beaver finally getting it out of the way of that goal. Dangerous there, and Ed Sheridan coming down with Fred Grigorov. Grigorov to Lette. Damir Lette to Joey Fink. Here's Sheridan shot high. Shot by Lette is just high. Good effort, though, by Damir Lette.
Nice combination, and Eddie Sheridan coming out of the back did some nice footwork. Did a give and go with Freddie Grigorov, and then they went down in Eddie fire, and then followed up by Lette.
Chris Turner, he'll be 20 years of age, February 1st, the goalkeeper for the Detroit Lightning. Alberto Alves has come on now for the Philadelphia Fever. Alves along with George Lessig, Fred Grigorov, Eddie Sheridan, and Alan Kelly. Lund loses it. Here comes Fred Grigorov the other way. Alan Kelly. Allen trying to center, and George Lessig kicks it out.
That will be a goal kick. Georgie tried to volley it into the goal and put it over the glass, and referee Don Winching from New Haven, Connecticut, called a goal kick.
Here's Fleming Lund, who plays just about all of the game. Pat Coley being marked by Doc Lawson. Gets by Lawson, but Doc now has it. In a battle for the ball. Alberto Alves. George Lessig. Alan Kelly left wing. And Alan Kelly bangs it out of the arena.
I think that was deflected off Bernie Fagan's foot, so the Fever's going to put it into play.
9:06 left to go first quarter. 1-0 Detroit.
Doc Lawson missed the game on Friday because of the eye injury to the retina, but I think Georgie's happy to see him here this afternoon, especially with a guy like Ercole who gets a lot of goals.
Fred Grigorov and a save by Chris Turner. Here's Doc Lawson marking Ercole, and Doc strips her of the ball, and there's a violation called against Pat Ercole.
Probably the fastest guy in the league, Doc Lawson. I think in a 50-yard sprint, he's going to do it all. And I don't think there's a player that could really match up with him. Maybe Elson Shield of the Fever as well, but Doc probably is the fastest.
Fred Grigorov, he's been on the entire game so far. Fred trying to center it. It's off Chris Turner.
And the Fever wanted a handball, and it looked like not Chris Turner, but Lund handled it in the penalty area, but Don Winching was screened and couldn't call it.
Bobby Smith, Lessig, and Lessig, violation called against Lessig.
That's an obstruction on Georgie. He lost the possession of the ball, and Lund was away in a counterattack, so Georgie had no choice but to obstruct and slow down the game, and indirect free kick for the Lightning.
Fleming Lund kicks it right back to Chris Turner. 1-0 Detroit. We have 8:19 to go first period. Trying to get it all the way up to Ercole. Lawson loses it. This is Pat Ercole. Also on now is Havalik. A shot blocked nicely by Alberto Alves. Fred Grigorov. Fred still handling. Ercole marking him. A battle for the ball, and Fred wins the battle. got Alves on the left wing. There's Alberto. Alberto back to Fred. A shot. Good save, Chris Turner.
Nice combination again was Freddie Grigorov to Alves, and then back to Freddie, who fired, but Chris was there to save it.
Lester's shot is deflected and taken out. Bobby Smith marking, and Smith is going to be called for a violation.
That's not only marking, that's called boarding. I think Bobby got into Ani Mikhailovich's back a little bit there.
Bobby leads the Major Indoor Soccer League in penalty minutes.
But he's happy to be back in the lineup. He had a good game on Friday, played with a lot of intensity, and I think inspired the entire team, and he's the one that's capable of doing that kind of stuff. He likes to intimidate. Nice fella, by the way.
Mikhailovich is number 4. Fleming Lund being marked by Jim Lemon. Violation on Lemon. Lemon riding piggyback on Fleming Lund.
They're just jumping over each other. Nothing serious. A little bit of gymnastics, that helps. There's a guy behind us. He wants 2 minutes all the time. We tell him to quiet down. He's not a Fever fan for sure.
Honda Saronis is number 17, right out in front, and grabbed by Bob Rigby. It's 1-0 Detroit, 7:03 left to go, first period. Here's Fred Grigorov. Shot just wide, an attempted header, no, and Fleming Lund coming the other way.
Nice effort. Freddie banked one off the glass, and David McWilliams did a diving header and just missed it.
Honda Saronis has it stripped by Bobby Smith. Coming the other way, McWilliams. McWilliams trying to center to Fred Grigorov. Shot by McWilliams, no. Jim Lemon trying to keep it alive.
The Fever has picked up the pace quite a bit now. They're going more aggressively at the Lightning, so hopefully they'll be able to get on the board very soon.
Right out in front, but it's kicked away, and now Detroit coming down the other way on the left wing is Saronis. Here's Saronis going after it along with Bobby Smith. And Bobby Smith has it. Bobby kicked it all the way back down, but the Flaming Dame, Fleming Lund, is there again. Lund, 27 years old, out of Denmark.
This is what experience is all about. You can see what Lund is doing with a soccer ball. They just counterattacked and got a bit winded, and Terry called for a change of line, so Lund took the ball back, held it, killed time until there was a good substitution, so they've made the whole front runners change.
Egwin Wolf. Egwin Wolf all the way in. Shot just too high. Deflected nicely by Bob Rigby.
And that was Manny Hernandez who fired that one, a former Olympic team player for the U.S. He represented the United States in Germany in 1974. Let's take a look at this one. There's a nice pass by Wolf. And then he just back heels it to Hernandez, who fires when Bobby Rigby had to stretch for that one and parried it over the glass.
Another near miss by Egwin Wolf as play resumes. Back to live action. 1-0 Detroit, and a violation called on Detroit. We have 5:43 to go, first period.
That was a handball. Manny Hernandez accidentally handled that ball, but Don Winching was on top of it and called it as he saw it.
Well, why is this called Cobo Arena?
Well, because we found out this morning that the mayor of Buffalo, no, I'm sorry, the mayor of Detroit, his name was Cobo.
Ex-mayor of Detroit. Chris Turner. Fleming Lund, he's played the whole game, as has Fred Grigorov. Egwin Wolf. Roush, Wolfgang Roush.
Roush is a former Bundesliga player from Bayern Munich, now playing for the Dallas Tornadoes in the summer, and Lightning, of course, here in the winter.
Shot is just wide. Egwin Wolf's shot deflected by Rigby, and it's kicked out. Lemon trying to get it all the way down, but it went over the 2 red lines, so it's a violation. It'll come back, and Detroit will initiate action. 1-0 Detroit, 4:50 to go, first period. Fever back home on Tuesday night against the New York Arrows. Steve Zungel and Fred Grigorov battling for MISL scoring championship. Zungel coming off a 10-goal weekend.
He's something to see. I think every soccer player in Philadelphia has to be out there Tuesday to check that guy out.
Eddie Sheridan's shot is wide, and Turner has it. Amir Lette is back on for Philadelphia. That's he, number 15.
He's also a youngster, 19 years old, a former national player for the
Yugoslavian national youth team, and just acquired the other day. He's been in America 4 days. He says he likes it.
Here comes Detroit on a 2-on-1. Lette back quickly, though. Roush just wide. Dave McWilliams kicks it out to Alex Kelly. Kelly and Joey Fink. And Fink hit from behind, and that'll be a violation called on Wolfgang Roush. 1-0 Detroit, 4:05 to go first period.
Roush said in German. Yeah, here's Roush's rush. Now, who said that?
Sounds like a Steve Silvermanism.
I'll tell you.
Shot just saved nicely by Turner off the foot of Lette.
Nice save by Chris. That was a good volley and almost in the goal, but Chris was there to react and save it.
Shot saved nicely by Rigby. Shot by Reynolds and Rigby, a good save. Here's Lette, the 19-year-old Yugoslavian just signed by the Fever, and they get it back to Alan Kelly. Kelly and Eddie Sheridan moving it up. And that one was
George Gillespie tried to do
Lette.
a bit of a dummy there, taking over the ball, but Latti didn't read him, so they're still not there totally understanding each other because he's very new to this game. Latti, he's never seen an indoor soccer game until he arrived here last Tuesday.
Here's Pater Coley, leading goal scorer for Detroit. Eddie Sheridan trying to kick it out, and Alan Kelly right there. Kelly brings it out, but there's Fleming Lund. Ubiquitous Fleming Lund. Bob Rigby. 1-0 Detroit. Near mix-up there, but Eddie Sheridan has it. There's Joey Fink. Fink coming hard. Lessive and Lette trying to follow. Fink centering. Lessive right there, and Lette score his first goal.
And a great effort by Joey Fink, who really outnumbered a couple players, went by De Souza and then banked it off the boards, and Lette was there. First goal for the young Yugoslavian. Here's the replay. Joey Fink just going full speed. Does a little bit of a dance and passes De Souza and then rips one right against the boards. The carom off the boards, dead center, and Lette on the follow-up. Toe pokes it right into the net. A good effort by Lette, and he's all excited on that one.
Amir Latte's first goal ever in Major Indoor Soccer League action, and that's another $25 donated by Basco to the Pennsylvania Hospital's Cancer Research Center. 1-1. We have 2:28 left to go first period. Plan to be on hand at the Spectrum Tuesday night. The Fever and the New York Arrows. Steve Zungel, Bronco Segoda and company will be in. Fleming Lund being challenged by Lette. Joey Fink kicks it back out of the way to Bob Rigby. Doc Lawson on now.
Fever's a bit more alive now. I think the first 5 minutes, a little slow start, but now they're into a lot of action, and Lette in particular is doing some fine stuff out there.
There's Lette, back out to Lawson. Doc Lawson centering to Lessive. Lessive trying to keep it alive, but it's kicked away, and Fleming Lund now has possession. Here's Fleming Lund coming hard. Fleming Lund on the corner. The shot just wide. And it's kicked safely to Rigby. 1-1, minute 29 left to go, first period.
That was a good counterattack. Lund went to Roush and almost back to Lund for a score, but Bobby Smith and Doc Lawson saved that one.
Lette, good pass. Joey Fink scores. Score by Fink. And an assist by Lette. And Walt Chyzowytch, you said when you watched this youngster warm up that you liked him on Friday night.
That's why I'm the best. You took him right. There it is. What a great feed. And right, Joey took that very well, shielded it with his body and fired one. Chris Turner couldn't handle that. Here it is again. Joey shielded the ball, set it up on his right foot, and ripped one right into the near corner. And a great goal and a great combination from Lette to Fink.
And the Fever's first goal was from Fink to Lette. So the score by Joey Fink, and that's another $25 donated by Basco to the Pennsylvania Hospital's Cancer Research Center. Fever leading at 2-1. Minute 16 to go, first period.
I believe Friday Fever was down 2-0 before they got started, and then here a similar situation, down 1-0 and came right back, cut 2.
Fever leading 2-1. Fred Gregura back on for the Fever, as is Clyde Watson for the first time. Bobby Smith getting the ball out of there. Alberto Alves right out in front. The shot to score. For Detroit, and this game is tied at 2.
And again, little Johnny Moore from San Jose, and also a former national team player for the United States. He sneaked by Bobby Smith, and then take a look at little Johnny. He's right in there, got into the box, and simply with the outside of the foot, Bobby Rigby going one way and the ball going the other way.
So the goal by Johnny Moore. He has been a general manager of the Earthquakes. He's also part owner of the largest soccer supply business in the United States.
I'll tell you one thing. Johnny Moore and Manny Hernandez, put them both together, and they're about 5 feet tall.
But he got the job done and got that goal in to tie it with just 55 seconds left in the first period. We're tied at 2.
And this is what's great about this game of soccer, where almost anybody can play it, regardless of size. And certainly Johnny Moore is a classic example. He's about a 5-footer, and Manny Hernandez another 5-footer.
Ball comes back. Watson trying to center, and the ball deflected. Oh, Grigoriev could not get it in. Another shot just wide. Watson, Clyde Watson right there, centering to Fred Grigoriev, saved by Chris Turner.
Freddie Grigoriev's got to be upset with himself, because that was an empty netter, a layup, as they say in basketball, and he'll talk about this one for a long time.
Here's Fleming Lund. He's played the entire game so far for Detroit. Fleming Lund.
Reynolds being marked by Watson. Reynolds centering right out in front and just wide. And Watson gets it back down to Fred Grigoriev, and that's the end of the first quarter. With the score, the Philadelphia Fever 2, the Detroit Lightning 2.
This is no time to be locked in to ordinary interest rates. Cash in on high money market dividends with Delaware Cash Reserve. Earn those high rates you've been reading about for as little as $1,000. With liquidity so complete, you can withdraw any amount at any time with no penalties. Call Collect now, 215-988-1333. 988-1333. Delaware Cash Reserve, the money market fund from the Delaware Group.
A hospital never sleeps, and while it heals the sick, it fights a battle against germs. One way hospitals fight germs is with Comet. Comet's the cleanser more hospitals use to disinfect bathrooms. In fact, it's a registered hospital disinfectant. Only Comet has chlorinol, so nothing cleans and disinfects bathrooms better. Comet even wipes out most toilet bowl germs. If Comet's a powerful enough germ killer for hospitals, shouldn't you disinfect your bathroom with Comet?
Now save more than ever at Acme Super Saver. Check this week's newspaper ad for all the specials and coupons, plus 4 super saving coupons that can help you save even more. With these super saving coupons, get Supreme English muffins, fireside sliced bacon, orange juice, and eggs. For example, a dozen ideal grade A medium-sized eggs are just 49 cents. And a 12-ounce can of ideal frozen orange juice, just 49 cents. For more ways to save, shop Acme Super Saver.
I'm Robert McNeil. Next on Edward and Mrs. Simpson, Edward's preoccupation with the American divorcee leads to neglect of his new duties as king, much to the dismay of the government and his family.
Can't you leave my son alone? His duty and his task are all that matters.
Join me for episode 2 of Edward and Mrs. Simpson.
Wednesday at 8 p.m. on Channel 17.
Now the New York Arrows will be in town Tuesday night at the Spectrum against the Fever in what should be a dandy. There are all kinds of good things happening that night. There's a halftime show with the Flyers, and it's Pepsi Banner Night. So bring the kids down to the Spectrum for an evening of fun and excitement. The Fever and the Arrows at 7:35, and a big halftime shootout featuring Bobby Clark and Reggie Leach and many more. Tomorrow night at 9, a concerned young judge has to decide the innocence or guilt of an accused murderer. George Mahara stars in A Covenant with Death tomorrow at 9, right here on Channel 17. And right here at Cobo Arena, we're tied 2-2 at the end of 1 quarter of play. Fever goals by Joey Fink and by Damir Lete.
The second part of that first period, exciting part. Here, let's take a look at some of the goals. And here's Detroit Lightning getting the first goal. And here's Lund coming unattended and then fires a goal into the far corner, and Doc Lawson flagged off, but Benton gave him enough room to score on that one. And here again we see Johnny Moore sneaking by Bobby Smith, and then with the outside of the foot goes and gets Bobby going one way and then parks it in the other corner.
So those were the goals scored by Detroit. At the end of one period, we're tied 2-2. And the second period just underway. Fleming Lund, Egwin Wolf, Alan Kelly on for the Fever, along with Jim Lemon. There's newly named captain Jim Lemon. Eddie Sheridan, Lemon to Fred Grigoriev. Alan Kelly trying off the boards. Dave McWilliams in front, and it goes out.
Davey McWilliams puts it over the top, and Don Winching, the referee's not very sure what the call is. Now he's got it. He's giving it to the Fever for a corner kick.
Jim Lemon will kick it. Fred Grigoriev, Dave McWilliams. Alan Kelly's shot is wide, and Alan Kelly gets it back to Eddie Sheridan, who keeps it into the seat.
Eddie Sheridan put that one out of the park. That's his favorite foot, too, the left-footed one, and he has a very powerful shot, but this one he miscued and put it out of the building.
2-2, 14:30 to go, first half. Egwin Wolf is number 3, Fleming Lund. Fleming Lund getting it down. Little shoving match going on between Manny Hernandez and Alan Kelly. And it's against, the violation is against Manny Hernandez. Cleveland leads Buffalo 2-0. That game being played at Cleveland. Davey McWilliams right out in front, just wide, and Fred Grigoriev couldn't get the care of.
Georgie O'Neill has got to be very happy with the play of Davey McWilliams. He's been scoring lately a lot of goals, and that's what he's made out to do, and he's done a super job in the last 5-6 games.
Davey coming off a hat trick at Cleveland on Friday night. 13:56 left to go in the second period. It's 2-2.
Here, let's take a look at this one. Here's Davey McWilliams, who fires it to the far post and just barely misses it. And Freddie was there to follow up, but put it over the top, and it's a goal kick.
Turner all the way down, but Doc Lawson kicks it back. And it comes right back to Chris Turner. Down to Patter Coley. He's being marked by Doc Lawson. Lawson strips him of the ball nicely. Doc coming up the other way as Grigoriev and Dave McWilliams. Here's Fred Grigoriev's shot, blocked and saved nicely by Turner.
Good stuff by Doc Lawson coming out of the back, and as we said, he has that speed, and very few people can catch him in any building, and he did it very well here. Let's take a look at him. He's coming out of the back. He looks like Jimmy Brown on this breakaway, and there he goes. He goes right at the defender, draws it very nicely, and flips it to Freddie. Freddie fires with the outside of the foot, and Chris Turner does a bit of a baseball sliding save.
Jim Lemon has it deflected, but Jim comes up with it. Lemon handling. Lemon keeps it in the zone nicely. And a violation.
Yeah, it looks like a good one. Jim Lemon, the captain, ran into the back of Bernie Fagan, and now Don Winston goes to the scorer, and he's going to give Jimmy Lemon 2 minutes.
Yep, 2-minute penalty for Jim Lemon.
And probably a good call. Jimmy is pointing to his shoulder that he did do a shoulder charge, but the problem is, where did he charge? Let's take a look at this. Here it is. Jimmy does a nice sliding tackle to win the ball. Fagan is there first. Oh, yes. Yes. You did it, Jimmy. We saw it on the replay. There it is again. Oh, it's got to be 2 minutes.
Yep, and that's exactly what it is. So the power play for Detroit. Shot is just wide. Hernandez has it. Here's Fleming Lund. And another shot is deflected and kicked out of the way nicely.
Alan Kelly saves that one. No, sorry, that was Pat Ercole who tried to score and put it over the top. But they have the 5 very skillful players out there now. Hernandez, Moore, Ercole, Roush, and Lund. They're very skillful and all big-time players, particularly indoors.
And the penalty killers for the Fever are George Lessive, Bobby Smith, Alan Kelly, and Joe Fink. That shot is too high.
Roush put that one out of the building. He plays midfield in the outdoor game, and for Bayern Munich, he played as a stopper, coming from behind a lot of times and scoring a lot of goals in the outdoor game.
2-2 game, 12:49 left to go in the second period. And a minute 26 left on the penalty to Jim Lemon. Here comes the Flaming Dane. Fleming Lund. Hernandez. Hernandez centering to Ercole, kicked out nicely by Lesson. Fleming Lund. Hernandez. Hernandez trying to get it to Ercole again, and the shot from the side. Just a great save by Rigby.
Well done by Bobby.
Fleming Lund, and the shot is too high, and again it'll be a goal kick for the Fever.
And I'll tell you who you see around that goal all the time around the goalie's crease is little Johnny Moore. Last time out here, he had 2 of those. He hung around that post, and Bobby Rigby couldn't see him, and he snuck in a few goals last time.
And it's headed right back to Turner. And here comes the Lightning again with 44 seconds left on the penalty to Jim Lemon. Hernandez right in the corner, out in front, and it's deflected. Joey Fink coming the other way, but Fleming Lund now off Alan Kelly. 32 seconds left in the penalty. Alan Kelly gets it to Lessive, and Lessive bringing it down, but he's stripped of it. Ercole is stripped of it by Lessive, and Lessive kicks it down and uses some time. 18 seconds on the penalty. Knocked away nicely by Joey Fink. Joey Fink on the near board, fighting with Fleming Lund for it.
Yeah, and he's called for charging. A little bit too aggressive there. He took Lund down, but Joey did a nice number of killing time there. At least 15, 20 valuable seconds were ticking off on that play.
8 seconds left on the penalty. Shot is deflected nicely by George Lessive. Lessive and Roush. And a whistle. Violation called against Detroit, and the Fever have successfully killed the penalty. 2 seconds remaining in the penalty to Jim Lemon. And now the penalty is over, but look out. A breakaway out in front. The centering pass missed. Jim Lemon back on.
A little bit of confusion on the line change there. All the Fever people walking off, and nobody wanted to go on, and there was Ercole going one-on-one with Rigby.
Lemon down to Fred Grigoriev. Alberto Alves on the right wing. Fred trying to get it to Alves. Violation.
No question.
On Roush.
Roush from behind taking Freddie down, and I'll tell you, he's complaining, but again, using the soccer psychology, attack the referee first. And here's the replay. You can see him going one-on-one. There's Roush coming and really leveling Freddie.
Back to live action. We're tied at 2 with 10:45 to go, second period. Bobby Smith sending it out to Alberto Alves. Alves trying to kick it down, but kick right to Chris Turner.
A lot of tight marking here. There's a little room to play out there, and playing very cautiously. Good matchup. Everybody's 1 for 1, and nothing very loose.
Fleming Lund. Fagan, but Fagan loses it, and here's Fred Grigoriev. Jim Lemon. Lemon loses it to Bernie Fagan. Right out in front. Reynolds again. No. Reynolds again. No. Right out in front. Doc Lawson finally grabbed by Rigby.
That's good stuff on the part of Doc Lawson and Bobby Rigby. Again, Reynolds was naked and totally unmarked, and they're ball watching a little bit, so they got to be extra careful, the Fever defenders at least.
Joey Fink slips and falls, trying to get it. Fred Grigoriev making a call, but the official did not. They're coming back the other way. 2-on-1. Rigby saves nicely. 2-2 game. 9:28 to go, first half. Stolen by Fleming Lund.
Oh, he did that so nicely. Very clean, sneaked in from behind, and just took the ball away from Freddie.
Rigby heaves it all the way down to Fred Grigoriev, going one-on-one with Fagan. Grigoriev gets by Fagan. Fagan kicks it away, but Fred's still there out in front, kicked away by Fleming Lund. Eddie Sheridan. Eddie Sheridan. Nice work. His shot is deflected. Eddie Sheridan heads it to Joey Fink. Fink back to Ed Sheridan. Sheridan left wing. Sheridan out in front. Grigoriev there. Shot just wide. Header no good.
I'll tell you, action there. Freddie, some fine stuff. Fired one off the post, followed up with a diving header, but missed it. Good effort.
This one goes off. Goalkeeper Chris Turner and out. So a corner kick for the Fever. We're tied 2-2, 8:40 to go in the second period. Fever back home at the Spectrum on Tuesday night against the New York Arrows. Plan to be there.
Fever, no question, these last 5 minutes on top of the Lightning, and deserves to be at least a goal ahead and knocking on the door. So let's see what happens in the next 6 or 7 minutes here.
Fred Grigurev will initiate the corner kick. Here's Fred back to Eddie Sheridan. Sheridan kicks it way high and into the seat.
Eddie parked another one out of the building. I tell you, you may get a bill for knocking balls out of the stadium.
2-2, 8.5 minutes left to go, first half. Steve Norris being marked by Alan Kelly. Saronis also down there. Violation called against the Fever.
Alan Kelly was called for holding.
Right out in front and grabbed nicely by Rigby. 2-2. 8:18 left, first half. Alan Kelly and Ed Sheridan, the defenders. Dave McWilliams on now, along with Fred Grigurev and Joey Fink. Fleming Lund coming hard, now tries to kick it back, but nobody there, and Sheridan coming the other way. Eddie kicks it over to Dave McWilliams. McWilliams now into Fred Grigurev. Here's Joey Fink, and the shot is just wide. Fred Grigurev's shot rolls off the leg of McWilliams, a header by Grigurev. Dave McWilliams keeps it in the zone, flicking over to Joey Fink, and it's blocked nicely by Norris, and a violation, and that's going to be on Joe Fink in Detroit. We'll have a kick.
Joey was called for charging from behind, and I'll tell you what's happening with Joey Fink. He had a bit of a slump, but he's come out of it. He's looking very good this afternoon. Assisted on one and scored one.
Johnny Moore back on for Detroit along with Pat Coley. Also in his D'Souza. Right out in front. But here comes Fleming Lund the other way. Doc Lawson right there to stop it. Battle for it with Coley, and a violation is called. And it's called against Doc Lawson.
And that decision came from the bench referee. He was right there, and he told Don Winching that Doc did all the elbowing. We couldn't see it. Let's take a look at this. Here's Doc. He has possession of the ball. Oh, yes, there he is. He's using a bit of his elbow there to protect the ball, and that's illegal.
16 is Reynolds. Here's little Johnny Moore. He has one of the goals, being marked by Alan Kelly. 7 minutes left to go. Still tied 2-2. Reynolds. Pat Coley being marked by Doc Lawson. Fagan trying to center it. Johnny Moore's shot. No, and it's saved nicely and out of the way by Dave McWilliams. And here's Fred Grigurev. Freddie kicking it down. It deflects around, and here comes Coley, and this is a 2-on-1. Eddie Sheridan comes off quickly. Doc Lawson there, Johnny Moore, and Rigby grabs it.
Good stuff by Doc Lawson. There was a breakaway 2-on-0, 2 against Bobby and Rigby, and then Lawson got back there. Eddie got there as well, but Doc was the one that saved the day.
Watson couldn't keep control, and Chris Turner has it. With 6:10 to go in the first half, tied at 2. All of the goals scored in the first period. Rigby coming all the way out of the goal, and here's Clyde Watson. Watson to McWilliams. His shot is blocked nicely by Fleming Lund, and Detroit coming the other way. Fleming Lund on the corner, shot, a great save by Rigby.
Very, very dangerous on the counterattack, particularly when Roush is out there with Lund. They really come out of the back very quick, and maybe that's why they got the name Lightning.
Egwin Wolf trying to center, and Eddie Sheridan gets it out. Roush's shot, and a great save by Bob Rigby.
Well done, Bobby, and he is hurt. Yeah, he's holding his elbow. I'll tell you, he's banged up. He's got a bit of a hyperextended thumb. He's got the lower back injury, and now he's holding his elbow because he came down very hard on it. Let's take a look at it. Here's a pass to Roush, who then unloads one. He has a very powerful shot, and there it is, and there's Bobby coming down very hard on that elbow. Here, let's look at it from the other side. There it is. And he really hammered it to the floor, and he is in pain, especially the crazy bone on the elbow.
Well, Bob Rigby is shaken up, and Bruce Hayes, Fever trainer, is out attending to him. Don't forget Tuesday night back at the Spectrum, the New York Arrows will be in. Steve Zungel, Broncos Dakota, and all of the Arrows. Zungel coming off a 10-goal weekend. He's battling Craig Grigoriev for the points leadership, Major Indoor Soccer League, and they're battling, of course, for that top spot in the Atlantic Division. Right now, the Fever are 2 games back. Several of the Flyers will be there. Bobby Clark. There's 30-year-old Terry Fisher, the coach of the Detroit Lightning.
Terry hails from the Pennsylvania area, did some playing soccer at East Stroudsburg College, then transferred to Hartwick, and has been a very active coach.
Back to live action. There's George O'Neill. Lette, who has one of the Fever goals, is in possession. Lette has it deflected. He's on with Clyde Watson along with Fred Grigoriev. Fred right there. Fred out in front. Watson couldn't handle, though. And here's Fleming Lund being stripped of it by Bobby Smith. Lund has it again, being marked by Grigoriev. A great steal by Fred. Fred shot, no, back out in front. Another shot just wide.
Bobby Smith left-footed one off the crossbar. Unlucky again, and Jesus, good effort and good work by Freddie Grigoriev.
Roddy Martinovich on for the first time. He has it now.
And we got a two-line violation, red line, or three-line pass. So we'll have the direct free kick put into play in the attacking third by the Fever.
4:51 left to go in the first half, tied at 2. Bobby Smith will kick it in. Lette out in front. Lette can't get it. Smith tries to keep it in. Watson right there. Fred Grigoriev keeps it alive. Watson, yes, a score! Watson.
Great effort. Freddie Grigoriev assisted on that one, and it looked like Watson was going through a line of defenders in football and not soccer, but he squeezed in there. The little diminutive guy got through 3 defenders and stuck it into the far corner. Nice effort, Clyde Watson. And look at this. There's Freddie winning the ball off Chris Turner and then passing right into the middle. And look at Watson going through a line of defenders and sneaking the ball into the far corner. 3-2 Fever.
So the score by Watson is 8th goal of the year, and that's another $25 donated by Pasco to the Pennsylvania Hospital's Cancer Research Center. And the Fever leading at 3-2. Here's Lette and a shot and a good save by Turner. 4.5 minutes left to go. Fever leading 3-2. Fine assist on the goal by Watson from Fred Grigoriev. Another point for Freddie. Hernandez trying to center it, and Rigby has it. Riggs gets it all the way down to Fred Grigoriev, and that's going to be a violation called on Valmer de Souza.
Number 23, de Souza from Brazil, just charged into Freddie, and Don Winston called it charging from behind.
Here's de Souza, Fleming Lund. 3:57 left. First half, Fever leading 3-2. Lette with Lesiv and Grigoriev. Here's Fred being marked by Lund. Grigoriev centering, trying to get Lesiv, but it's kicked away by Rouse. And now Detroit comes the other way. Here's Manny Hernandez. Hernandez to de Souza. De Souza right out in, a shot and a good save by Bob Rigby.
Well done, Bobby. And here he did that so well because in the past he had some difficulty covering that far corner, but now he's adjusted it very well and made a very good save on that one.
Again, de Souza centering. Rigby grabs it nicely. And Rigby gets it out to George Lesiv. 3:12 left to go first half. Fever leading 3-2. Fred Grigoriev. Freddie kicking it in to Lesiv. Lesiv in the corner trying to get it center, but it's kicked safely to Turner.
Freddie Grigoriev is the owner of a couple outstanding records. He has scored a point or a goal in every one of the major indoor league soccer history. So he's done that. In addition to that, he has scored in 17 consecutive games.
That's the MISL record. Reynolds has it kicked away, and here comes Fred Grigoriev one-on-one with de Souza. Fleming Lund dropping back, and Fleming Lund kicks it out of harm and right to Chris Turner. Reynolds coming up the other way. Reynolds kicking it right out. A save by Rigby. Kicked away by Lette. But Detroit stays on the attack. Right out in front, Fagan, and just high as Pat Coley and over the goal. Fagan, a good centering pass to Pat Coley.
The Lightning putting a bit of pressure on the Fever, and I think they need some line changes, and they're doing it now. Latte's out. Jimmy Lemon comes on. Joey Fink comes on. Alan Kelly's there, so they need to regenerate the other people and bring some new bodies out here.
Fleming Lund there to intercept that kick. Alan Kelly takes it away, but Kelly loses it. Here's Reynolds. Johnny Moore. Moore back to Reynolds. Reynolds a centering pass. Kicked away. Lemon gets it out. Here's Joey Fink. Fink getting by Fleming Lund. Fink down the left corner. Fred Grigoriev there. Fink, a shot is wide, and it's kicked safely to Chris Turner.
Freddie Grigoriev is a bit frustrated. They're doing a lot of tight checking on him. Fagan and Lund are taking turns marking him, and he's having a difficult time to find some shots on goal.
Whistle is blown. There's a violation. Violation called against Detroit, so the Fever will get the kick.
That was Michael Hunter charging into Doc Lawson. Michael was the #1 draft choice of the MISL. He's a superstar from the University of Santa Clara, someplace in the San Jose area, California. There's a number of players from that area. Johnny Moore, Manny Hernandez, Michael Hunter, Steve Ryan. All these guys are from that area.
Fred Grigoriev just wide on a good pass, and Fleming Lund being marked by Jim Lemon. Johnny Moore back to Fleming Lund. Here's Johnny Moore. He has one of the goals. Hunter is in front. Handling. Sonora's finally stripped of it by Joey Fink.
Nice work there. A good double teaming by Alan Kelly and Joey Fink. And a great pass here.
Jim Lemon. Lemon shot, no, a save by Turner and a good save by Turner. Lemon bangs into him unintentionally. And we have 36 seconds left to go in the half.
And Freddie's a little bit upset because he was open, but Jimmy took the shot, and
Fleming Lund shot just wide, and finally picked up by Bob Rigby. Very, very close from Lund.
A lot of pressure by the Lightning. Oh, that's a 2-minute job.
That's got to be.
Yes. Here, let's look at the replay. A lot of pressure. The ball just squeaks by the defense there in Bobby Rigby, and Bobby Moore just misses the ball, or Johnny Moore, sorry, and there's Doc Lawson, block tackle, and Rigby finally regained it. We got 2 minutes here, and a right call, a tackle, a football tackle, actually, right on the red line. Freddie Grigoriev got taken down
by Bernie Fagan, so he's in the penalty box for 2 minutes. Fever have a power play. There's 16 seconds left to go in the first half. The Fever for the power play will have on Alan Kelly, Fred Grigoriev, Jim Lemon, Joe Fink, and Dave McWilliams.
The guy that's missed here in the power play is Ivan Havniak. He's so capable of setting up goals, especially on the power play, so we'll see how they do without him.
Here's Fred Grigoriev with 5 seconds. Freddie shot, and a good save by Turner, and that's the end of the first half. So a lot of action in this first half, and it's Philadelphia Fever 3 and the Detroit Lightning 2. We'll be back in just a moment.